Well, hello and welcome to a new video where we are going to test yet another very prominent title of the last decade, or not even the last decade, from 2000 and what was it, 8? I think, which is Battlefield Bad Company 2. And we're playing this on our 940MX GDDR5 version with the 1080p and high settings preset. And we're playing a single player mission, and this is the first mission that you are playing in the modern day. So we're very early in the beginning of the game. And right now we can see around 30 FPS. I actually expect a little bit more. I don't know if... I have played this mission on laptop already, I think, but I have played it on the internal monitor, and now I'm playing on an external monitor. But it actually should not mean that we lose any FPS. But yeah, around 30 FPS is what we are seeing right now. So let's go and push forward. And you can see nothing with the smoke. Yeah, and we're playing against the Russians. Obviously, they are the bad guys, even back then. And I always remember the premise of this game where Russia was taking over the world was a little bit bewildering to me, but I guess it's not as bewildering anymore as it was back then. So yeah, but definitely the story, the characters of this game, and honestly even the graphics, and obviously something we have to test out here in this game is the destruction. Look at how you can destruct buildings in this title. It is very different from modern Battlefield titles, especially 2042, because in that game you are very restricted as to how much, or at least as to I just threw a grenade, didn't I? As to how much you can actually destruct in the world. I mean, obviously this is a design choice by the game developers as well, because they do not want online matches where the entirety of the map is actually destroyed and nobody can actually get into cover anymore. But yeah, that was one of the very yeah, I guess most prominent things which made this game very famous. That you could actually destruct basically any structure in this game. And yeah, I mean, we're around the 30 FPS mark. I mean, we're a little bit below that, but to be quite frank, at least in a single player, that is not a problem for me, because it still feels smooth enough in order to play through. But what I want to test real quick is to see if we can get down to the medium settings, how much FPS we will actually gain that way. And that actually is quite a bit. I mean, okay, this guy just spawned out of nothing, but apart from that, it doesn't really look all that worse, to be honest. And if we in return get, I don't know what, 15 FPS more, or even 10 FPS more on average to like the 40s, would be quite a lot and definitely worth it. And I mean, I would much rather play it at medium settings 1080p than turn on resolution instead of the settings. So yeah, I guess medium settings is actually a good idea for this game and for this card. And what the fuck, that's a tank. And these guys just spawned out of thin air again. There is the tank. But yeah, so I guess medium settings is kind of the settings that you want to be at if you want to play this at 1080p. If you are, however, willing to turn down your resolution because you're playing on a small laptop screen, which I can totally understand, because you probably won't notice the difference between 1080p and 900p, for example, which we can obviously also test real quick here. Let's just turn it down to 900p. 900p, but I would love to have it at 60 hertz. Why can we only choose such low hertz here? Yeah, doesn't matter. Let's just pick 30 hertz for this reason then. Yeah, I mean, you can see we are gaining huge amounts of FPS. Ah, it's actually still dropping, huh? Does it actually feel so much smoother than it can be? I mean, we only have it set to 30 hertz, which obviously doesn't look all that good anymore. But yeah, I would have no problem. Honestly, I would not be able to tell you if this was 1080p or 900p if I didn't just choose it and knew obviously which it was. So yeah, you can play it at 900p as well, and I don't really think you have to. I mean, it was perfectly fine at 1080p as well, but if you want to play it online, I don't even know if there are actually any servers left to play on, but yeah, then you could go and turn it down to 900p. So yeah, it's perfectly playable. It's not really a 60 FPS experience all the time, but you can absolutely enjoy the game. Let's see if the tank actually can destroy this building here. Come on, Russians. Show us your aim. Shitty aim. Alright. Okay, I guess that's it for this benchmark. So if you have it, you can definitely enjoy it.